Hi, my name is Jennifer, and for my Realism article analysis presentation, I will be going over the article Russia demands NATO rollback from East Europe and stay out of Ukraine. To summarize this whole article is that there's conflict between Russia and Ukraine, okay? So Russia is trying to come to an agreement with NATO for them to remove its military forces and stop interfering in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Russia has requested a legally binding guarantee that NATO will halt military operations in East Europe and Ukraine as a part of security assurance. According right here, it says that according to a senior administration official in Washington, the U.S. is open to discussing the recommendations, but there are certain parts of the document that Russia knows and understands are not acceptable. It also says right here in the article that NATO ambassadors stated that decisions about how to move forward with their partnership, including whether or not to include Ukraine, could only be made by Russia and NATO. So, an assumption of realism is survival, and it shows it right here in the sentence that is highlighted in purple. It just says and explains that in order for Russia to overpower Ukraine, they must convince NATO to give up their military activity. Again, this is an assumption of survival because NATO has a strong military power, and them surrendering Russia is able to sweep in and take any military actions. So Russia wants NATO to give in to the request in order to ease tensions with Ukraine. But both the United States and NATO agreed that this is not possible. Right here in the second page, a concept, I highlighted a concept in pink. This just explains how NATO's nuclear sharing agreements would come to an end if Moscow and Washington signed the pact with the U.S., which would prohibit them from deploying nuclear weapons outside to their borders. This just shows hard power because Russians' demands will be met by NATO by not getting involved with Ukraine, and Russia will be able to take control over Ukraine.